Good morning, guys, and welcome back. So we're getting a little bit of a late start this morning. It's already 6 o'clock. We took an extra long coffee break. I don't know why, but both Brent and I are just wiped right out. I don't know if it's the heat or working extra hard. I don't know what it is, but we were both exhausted this morning, so we took a long coffee break. Brent is out cleaning up the freestall right now because it's just a soupy mess with all this heat. The cows have been spending most of their time inside. I think it's like 79 right now. It's supposed to be like 85 today, but the heat index is just insane. It's today and tomorrow are supposed to be the hottest days of the year so far. So we're pushing through. It's been a bit of a struggle. It's really, really hot in the barn when we get all the cows in here, but after a few minutes it evens out and then it doesn't seem so bad. So if you are new here, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Taylor and I work on a dairy farm in central Maine. It's just me and my boss Brent. We do all the work here 7 days a week, pretty much 24/7. It's just him and I, 70 cows. Very busy, but we love what we're doing and we love bringing you guys along with us. So if you enjoy watching this kind of videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That does help us out a lot, helps us reach more people. Anyway, what we're doing this morning is, usually when I feed the cows their cornmeal, which I have already done, I will give Neil, Dutch belted bull, some cornmeal. The other bull doesn't like cornmeal for some reason, so I don't give him any, but it's a very overcast day, so we're gonna go give Neil that now because he was whining earlier because I went by with the cart and didn't give him any. So I wanted to show you guys, I think he knows his name, so. Neil. Neil. Hi. Cornmeal? Don't mind if I do. Come here. You're here. There you go. He has grown a lot. He's filled out quite a bit. He's actually starting to look like a bull now, which is really sad because he was just my little baby not that long ago, but. He always beds this part right here because it's kind of slippery where it goes down from the freestall and onto this pad, which needs to be cleaned because they've been spending a lot of time out here as well. But yeah, I just give him his cornmeal and he eats that. Nobody bothers him. Even the heifers won't actually come over and eat it. I have tried giving them some and they're just, I don't know if it's just because they're jerseys and their brains aren't extremely large, but they just don't seem to get it. I'll put it on the ground and then they'll just be like, where'd it go? And they end up wasting it. So did want to show you guys the pasture is growing back. The area that we have fenced off around the pond that feeds the barn, that just feeds the barn water for the cows. It doesn't feed anything else, like our wash water and everything is all well water. But that is the cows' water. That pasture is growing back a lot. This side of the pasture is growing back a lot. The area behind the pad that we have sectioned off is growing back. Even down on that hill where it's usually pretty dry is growing back. Every afternoon it rains like clockwork now, like 2 or 3 o'clock, and then the sun comes back out and it's like 85, so it dries it out pretty quick, but what we have been getting is helping a lot. These two heifers are growing really well. These are the ones we brought over from our heifer barn. This one right here, Hollywood, is still really, really friendly. I think they're both bred because I haven't seen them in heat this month. I did see her in heat a month ago, so I'm pretty sure they're both short bred. Hi, baby. So Brent is finishing up bedding the freestall right now. Last thing on our list to do is feed the calves. So I've already got their milk warmed up and down here, and I have switched them over. I thought that was a fly on my hand, but it's just paint. I have switched them over to a, what do you call that? Gang feeder. Words this morning. The reason I did that is because we still haven't separated the heifer, Jazz, and Satchmo. The reason I haven't separated them is just because they get along so well. It's gonna make me feel really terrible to move them. But eventually, obviously, since he's a bull and she's a heifer, they're gonna have to be apart. So probably within the next couple weeks, we'll move them. Satchmo will be. To look on the calendar, but I think Satchmo can be weaned probably mid to late next month, I think. So we'll separate them before then, just so I won't have any trouble. She pretty much already is weaned. She doesn't really know how to eat off the gang feeder, so she just kind of lays in the corner while he eats, and she's already eaten her cornmeal and grain and minerals for the morning, and they have water over there. So I just hang it up. Fits perfectly on this gate. It hits up against the bottom there, so I just hang it right there. He's already sucking on it. Dump his milk in. You can't come in here. I don't think so, Chicklet. Throw an udder and we'll talk. He really does well on this. I actually really like gang feeders, unless you have a calf that isn't as aggressive as the other calves. Once they get up to be about mid-age, midway between calf and weaning age, they don't have any problem sucking on that. They all eat pretty much the same amount because they're just crazy about milk, so they're really, really aggressive about eating. If you had a bunch of young calves or one calf that wasn't doing as well as the other calves, I wouldn't do it this way. This just has 6 nipples on it. I think it's 6. Yeah, it has 6 nipples on it. And these are actually the peach teats, and those are just so good. We bought those about 2 years ago, and they still look brand new. As long as you keep them clean, they're just the best. They don't leak. You don't have to like cut new holes in them or anything. They're just perfect. They are expensive, but they work really, really well. You just pop them in there, pull them through, and that's it. So I'll just leave him for 5 or 10 minutes until he's done. Come back and I'll take that off and take it in the milk room and wash it. So we've got to get into milking, and I will get back to you guys when we get into the rest of our day. All right, so we just finished milking. Before we let the girls out, we're gonna put out a couple wrapped bales since it's gonna be so hot today. We don't really want them going out on pasture, stressing themselves out, so we're gonna put out some hay for them. Couple first crop wrapped. I think he's gonna put one in the free stall and then one outside on the pad. All right, now that we've got all the girls outside, a lot of them went out to pasture anyway and just completely walked by the bales, so I guess they're not concerned about the heat. Got the barn bedded, everything is all set there. We can finally get into what we're supposed to be doing today. So it's, well, the sun is trying to peek out a little bit, but I honestly hope it doesn't come out. I hope it stays overcast. So we've got our water line out here hooked up to the pressure washer. So we are going to be washing the Massie today. I know a lot of you guys had said you'd hoped I would wash it and clean it up, especially the dashboard, because it has a lot of that weird moss growing on right there. It always grows like that. I've cleaned it off before and it just comes right back. So a lot of you guys said that you'd hoped I would clean that off. Well, that is what we're doing today. The reason that we're doing it though is because we're going to be hauling the float with the Massie. So that is down there backed into the metal building because we got quite a lot of work done onto it. I don't know if you guys can see it from here, but we've got the skirt on it and we've got the bales painted, and I can't wait to show you guys. We've actually got pretty much everything done. It's just taken apart right now because we wanted to put it in the metal building just to make sure it didn't get rained on. That would really suck if it rained on it after we got it painted and everything. So I'll take you guys down and show you that later. But yeah, right now we're gonna be cleaning this up and making it shine. I think it's gonna be a long job. I forgot to turn on the water though. I feel like this thing gets a workout lately. think Brent is going, oops, shut this door. I think he's gonna be mowing his lawn. And here comes the sun, so I'm gonna grab my sunglasses. Ready for this? Instantly cooler. Brent said they look like old people's sunglasses. Why is that leaking? Oh. Because it's not tight, I guess. All right. This time we're going to be doing it right, and we're going to be working from top to bottom. Oh, I didn't turn it on. Jeez. Scatterbrain today. Did I plug it in? I think my sweat is sweating. What on God's green earth is that? Oh, I think it looked at me. Run. There. I'm back in business. Okay, so pretty much half done, and it is looking brand new. Now I'm gonna probably time lapse the rest of it. So it's a little bit over an hour later. I finished. I got really filthy. I probably look really wet, but that's because I just went and washed up. I didn't get that wet doing it, but I had stuff all over my face and my arms. My legs are still pretty dirty, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So what do you guys think? Is it parade worthy? I even beat Brent. Oh. Gotta show you the dash. I missed some. Hold on. Not that anybody will notice that, but I'll know. I think it cleaned up pretty nice. And it's 20 years old, so it's almost an antique. Just dragged a whole bunch of stuff for the float over here. I'll let you guys guess what that's gonna be. I do have to paint it though, so I'll do that right now. Let that dry, and then we'll figure out how to get these leaves on there. While that is drying, I will take you guys over and show you our little workstation. It's a nightmare. We made a little bit of a mess, but there's the head. It's not too bad, but it looks better from a distance when it's like up on top of the float. And that is down there. That's pretty much, I won't take you guys down to see it because, I mean, you can see pretty much all of it from here. We've got it tied down with a strap, which isn't gonna look as good, but safety first. We don't wanna be hurting anybody at the parade. That would just be really bad. So we do have a tie down strap on that just to make sure that's safe. We're not gonna be moving very fast, obviously, since it's a parade, so one should be good. Brent drove all the way down there across the rough ground and it was perfectly fine. So on a paved road, it should be a-okay. I have 4 lays for the cow. It has 2 on it already, I think 2 or 3. I had to take apart a bunch of lays for people and tie 4 or 5 of them together. Some have 4 and some have 5. So I spent a couple hours yesterday doing that, tying those together, and my fingers hurt, but got those all done, so we'll get that up on there. Screw some holes into this, I think, just some little ones, and then stick those branches in there. I have 2 different kinds. I have these ones, which look more like a regular palm tree, I think, but I really like these ones, so I don't know. Maybe we'll just mix them up on there. It doesn't have to be perfectly real, right? Yep. Brent wants to mow this lawn, so I gotta move the International. So sad. That should be good enough, since we're going to be using it pretty soon anyway. Shut the key off, right? That would be bad. I'd get in trouble for that. Especially since I've done that one too many times. So we brought a load of wrap bales over here and dumped them. Now for the exciting stuff. We're going to take Brent's 4-wheeler up, and I have to show you guys the corn because I am just super excited about it. Look, the equipment yard is clean. Now it just needs to get mowed. A little bit of a detour. Since we're down here, I'll show you guys the part of the float. And there she is in all her glory. So we just painted some patches on it. It's actually got 3 table skirts on it for a Hawaiian skirt. 2 just didn't look like it was gonna cover it, but yeah, we've got the strap on it, and I don't know. Can't wait to show you guys when it's complete. Hey guys, are you ready for this? Look! Ha! Oh, it makes me so happy. It did an excellent job of spacing them, especially considering that planter is like, I don't know, 60 years old or something like that. It did amazing. We never had, even as wet as this field was, we never had an issue once with it getting like caught up with anything. Even like it didn't drag sod, it did nothing. It did everything perfect. We did have a problem with it dropping the right marker arm. I think we have to raise one because it's not high enough. It doesn't come up high enough to set off a trigger to drop the other one. So it just keeps dropping the same marker arm. But if you hold it up a little higher, it'll drop the one it's supposed to. It'll switch off like it's supposed to. So that's a little bit of an issue, but like I said, I think we just need to lift one of them a little bit higher because I think it's just not pulling it up enough. But yeah, you can look down through there and see how it's growing. It's growing really, really well. I mean, that was what, a week and a half ago, probably? So I just cannot believe how well it did spacing it. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. Look at him. Grow, little guy. They're beautiful. So some of you guys have been asking about that, and I was really excited when we came up here the other day. Just to see that it had grown so well was really cool. We probably won't plant corn in this field again. It's really just too wet, and we knew that to begin with, that it really was wet, but this is the only field that we really were willing to try it out on because it had never been tilled before, and we knew that it would do pretty well if it did grow it. It's going to be hard to get it out of here because it is very wet through there, but in the fall it usually does dry up at least a little bit. It's raining right now. I can feel the raindrops. But probably next year we'll just disc it a few more times, or this fall. We'll disc it a few more times and then we'll just put some grass seed on it or something, just let it grow back because it's really just not an ideal spot for corn. But now that we know that the planter works and everything, we can start picking some fields that we really do want to do this with for real and just get serious about it. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. Now let's hope that we have enough gas to get back because Brent said we didn't have much. So hopefully he comes looking for me if I'm gone for too long. It won't be for me. He'll be wondering where his four-wheeler So it is the end of the day, and I just want to take you guys along with me to feed the heifers because usually I don't do this anymore. This is usually Brent's job, so he asked me to do it tonight, so I thought I'd bring you guys just so you can see how they're doing. We got a first crop wrap bale in here for them tonight. There, that should be enough. Trying not to overload them too much. We do feed them twice a day anyway, but they've been wasting quite a bit lately. I think it's because we've been feeding them the same amount as when the two big jerseys were in there, and they've just been pulling it out and wasting it. So that's on us for not feeding them less, but take you guys down and show you how they're doing. It's dirty in here because we do need to clean it out. But yeah, Very dark also because it's nighttime, but those are the two smallest Normandies right there. Take you guys over. It's not too dirty in here. It's just where they eat the hay is pretty dirty. So this right here is one of the bigger Normandies, and she is looking really, really good. So this is the Jersey that's the oldest. She's going to be the next to go over there, and that's quite a while from now. Probably by late this fall she'll be ready to go over, and then she will be ready at the same time, and her not long after that. So we'll have a string that's pretty close to each other. This one right here is much younger than the rest of them. She's actually almost as tall as everybody else. Hello. And you, I think you'll be ready to go over around the same time as them. You're pretty. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how they're doing because I know you guys haven't seen them in a really long time. We're going to be cleaning them out in the next few days. So I guess I could have showed you then, but you guys have seen all that before and that'd be pretty boring if I showed you that again. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button and comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already done that. We'd love to have you guys join us, and keep it real, keep farming, and I hope you join us in the next video. Bye guys.